There's got water dripping down from the surface. Oh, it's down my back. There's another manhole. How far does this go? We're a couple hundred yards already. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new adventure. Today I'm coming to you alongside the Lackawanna River and some hopper cars. This is a holding line. It's not an active track. These sit here for weeks or months on end, so no concern of me having any danger with these, but we do want to follow them to our destination. And what we're going to be checking out today is something I discovered back in the 1990s. It's an area that I used to ride all-terrain vehicles, quads, dirt bikes, stuff like that. And when they redeveloped that area that we're going to, they installed a pretty massive concrete tunnel slash culvert that goes very far underground. I remember checking it out. I remember going in a little bit. Water was draining out of it. But I didn't have cameras or high-powered flashlights back at that time. But that's why we're returning today. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of water coming out of it. But I did bring multiple flashlights. And once we get there, I'm going to mount you guys on my head so we can get a first-person view as to what it looks like when we walk in there. So I'm not going to really show you too much of the journey. It's not a whole lot to see, just train, cars, and river. If anything does stand out to me, obviously I will show it, but otherwise, once we get pretty close to the location itself, we will pick up with the video. But if you're curious to see how this looks and how far it goes, all you gotta do is come along with me. One thing I wanted to show really quick is that this section of river accumulates a lot of trash. There's a soccer ball right there. And I'm going to overlay some footage, but in that corner right there is a collection area from high flood waters and stuff like that. There's basketballs floating, kickballs, toys, garbage, trash, branches, all the kind of stuff, but it holds in that area. But they're actually calling for substantial rain tomorrow, upwards of 3 inches of rain. So most likely this river water is probably going to crest here. So I'm coming at the right time, but definitely don't want to be down here tomorrow. And while we're here, I'm just going to give you one brief look at the river. There's a little trail here that goes down to the edge of the river. Probably a place to go fishing or to have a fire or something, but this part of the river is just kind of, you know, ordinary. Oh, what's this? Looks like maybe, oh, there's springs wrapped in a fabric. I don't know if that's for a bed or not. But this place will be underwater tomorrow. You can see where there's areas of things being buried. There's the tire there. Got a little chair or something there, partially buried under the dirt. Now typically if you get a good dry spell with no rain for a week or two, the level is much lower, almost to the point where you could almost walk across it, stepping on stones, but we have had rain off and on. But this is the not so muddy Lackawanna River. Further down, going into Old Forge is where the borehole is, where the acid mine drainage is coming up underground. That's a section of river I'm going to be doing a video on. And finally in Pittston, this flows into the Susquehanna. So that's a little geography lesson there. But we want to get back up there and follow the rails to our destination. Alright, so getting sidetracked once again, another squirrel moment. I looked over and there's a little inlet here. And it's not natural, it's man-made, and I believe it leads to some type of culvert down here. So I'm gonna do my best not to trip and fall or get tangled up or cut up, and get down there and see what it looks like. So just don't touch anything, keep your eyes closed. I'll get you down there safely. Oh my, look at what we have here. I never knew this was here. As many times I've been back here in my childhood, Wow, this is really cool. Got to get down there. I think we can walk through it. Okay, so this is what I noticed. You can see the clear cut inlet here, as I like to call it. But what is here in front of me is mind-blowing. I've ridden, walked, hiked this area dozens upon dozens of times and never knew this was here. You guys ready to see it? I'm gonna do a nice little tilt-up shot from the water, showing what's in front of me here. All right, here we go. Check this out. Look at that. I am flabbergasted that this was been back here however many decades. Completely stone built culvert, stone bottom, and we could walk through it. This is so incredible. And this is even what we came to find. This is just a bonus find. Now the area we're going to, I will say it's not cool as this. Stone wise, it's more modern concrete, but it's much longer. But this is right now what I'm focused on, and it's putting a smile on my face. So I know you want to walk through it and get a close-up look at it as much as I do. I'm going to pull out my flashlight and we'll check it out. So let me get onto dry land and we'll head inside. As I'm walking though, you do see that, that's a railroad tie. I'm sorry, a railroad spike. But thankfully, we're coming today when this level is low enough. And you can see these rocks, these are drilled. It's a drill marking. They probably blasted the stone to create this. But wow, this reminds me of something out of like another country, like a secret corridor. I've seen multiple stone culverts in my life. Never one quite like this, quite as long, quite as tall. And right now it's completely dry. I'm gonna set you guys down, get you a little B-roll footage to show what it looks like with me standing in front of it for a size comparison. Then we're gonna go inside. So even worst case scenario, if the other place you're going to with the concrete culvert is a bust, this is gonna make up for it. I'm not gonna spend too much time here because I don't want to get off course. I still want to try to find the other one, but I got out the flashlight, my 3-night TC20. Let's take a walk through. It's one of those instances where the camera is not going to do it justice. And you could probably hear echo. The echo. It's solidly built. Sound is reverberating off the walls. So it looks like, yeah, it's stone here. Top portion, yeah, it's still stone, but it's kind of like a concrete spackling on it. No bats or anything in here, nothing on the ground. But it's got a little curve at the end, which is pretty cool. Similar to one that we found under the old Erie line back by Rocky Glen. That one still has water flowing through it, but much smaller. This one is like a passage for travelers. Got something sticking out there. Let me try to turn down the intensity. Yeah, this is really well built. I'd imagine this is probably from the 1800s. You know, and water flows through here. Tomorrow, there'll be water flowing through here. It'd be really cool to see. And here we are at the end. Oh geez, it even keeps going with these stone-lined walls. I'm glad I'm wearing a microphone too, because it is so windy right now. So you can see all the built-up wash here. Another railroad spike. Yeah, so they kind of reconfigured it. I think this is mold mine reclamation area. This is concrete, so this is more modern. They poured concrete over the big stones and boulders, but these walls are original. So let me get you a vantage point looking backwards here. Yeah, tomorrow or heavy rainfall, this is probably like a torrent, raging river. And here it is. I mean, how cool is that? This is the stuff I love to find, especially when I stumble upon it. For how many times I've been back here in my lifetime, again, this is my first time ever seeing this, even realizing this existed. And of course, it's not complete without seeing a little bit of nature's carpet. That's almost like some wallpaper type. So I'm going to get a photo or two from here, and then we're going to go back through and get back up on top and continue on our journey to our destination. So as I was making my way through for my B-roll shot that you just saw, I discovered a Mother Nature's carpet bird nest. Now I can't see up that tall, but looking on the screen at an angle, it looks like there's eggs in there, I believe. I'm going to have to take a snapshot of that. That's pretty cool. Good spot for it, well protected, in a cool location. I do love the stone floor though. It's so neatly placed and still hasn't gotten eroded away. It's, you know, it was really built to last. And you can see some of the concrete. But this is the money shot right here, looking right through out to the water. The proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna actually focus that in. That's pretty neat, huh? That's a cool shot. But just another one to add to the list that I discovered. This one obviously won't involve us coming back to go swimming in it, but I may want to return to see how this looks when there's water coming through it after a heavy rainfall. So if you guys think that'd be interesting, if you do leave a comment down below, comment number 3. Number 3 will mean you'd like me to see how this looks when there's rain coming through it, water rushing through it. If you want, optional. Not to say I will return, definitely, but it's close enough to home that I could definitely get back here again. But I'm glad we found this. This is an incredible discovery to me. No date, unfortunately, but I would guesstimate most of these that are stone built like this are around late 1800s, early 1900s. So it is just, you know, a test of time, so to speak. But enough of me gloating and going on and on. Let's get back up on top and keep moving. Hopefully we won't get distracted anymore unless it's something equally as cool as this. Otherwise we'll see you really close to our destination. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. I did not expect to find someone back here. Just came up out of that culvert. They were walking my direction. Got a face mask, carrying a bucket. A little strange, but hey, I'm back here too. He's probably wondering what I'm doing. Oh, if you need a propane tank, got one right there for you. Bunch of rail ties. Ooh, look what I just found. Wow, these look very tempting to get. These are completely intact blue and clear insulators. I don't know if I could get one. You think I should try? I think that's taller than I could reach, but I might try. Let me see what I could do. Oh. Score! Got 3 of them. Well, I know the camera shifted a little bit. I'm not sure if you saw exactly, but I was able to reach them and got 3 of them. Look at this. Completely intact. These are going to clean up nice. Number 40. Hemingway. These are nice blue ones. So probably once I get home, I'll clean them up and I'll take a snapshot and show it to you right about now. We'll throw it in now and you'll see how they look after I got them nice and clean. But they were just right there on the pole. It's an old telegraph pole. There's brown ones, more blue ones, and a clear one. I can't reach those ones. The one blue one though looks a little bit different from the others. It's got some more rings around it, thicker rings, but you know, those have been sitting here for decades. Not used in a long time, so pretty cool. You know, and that guy's coming back too. I'm gonna put these in my backpack really quick. So got the insulators in my bag. We're good to go. I had a brief conversation with him. He's actually out here trying to do some fishing because he knows that the rain's coming tomorrow, but he's like, yeah, the river's just too high, it's moving too fast. So I guess he's a little disappointed he can't do some fishing. But look at, here's the hopper car. A bit of a leakage here. That is, I think, fracking material sand. When they do the fracking for natural gas, I believe that's what they shoot down. I'm almost positive. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. It's like a sand material. And something else in the distance I'm going to show you, which I do know about. I remember seeing it a long time ago. There's remnants of a stone bridge down here that used to cross the river. So it's going to be hard to see, but sticking out right through the trees there, you see the stone blocks, and it would have went right across there. So it's one time it was an old stone bridge, probably used for mining, transport, something like that. Could have even been possibly for rail, but it's been dismantled and just the remains on the end are still existing. So we're back down by the water's edge, and here you can kind of see the wall there. It's not a wall, it's the end of a bridge, but it looks like a wall now. And clear across the other side is right where it connected, and its rails over there, which is Norfolk Southern and Reading Northern. I think there's 2 rails over there. And looking back to where we just were. So nothing too exciting, but more remnants and signs of the past. Something else is happening too that I'm trying to avoid, because I did make some changes to my video formats and schedule and length. I'm trying to give you guys varied length videos, not all long ones. And it's my own fault. I keep stopping to film more and more things along the way, where I probably should just be beelining it right to the location, not making all these pit stops. But now, to me, the pit stops and these little side adventures is part of the journey. You know, it's stuff that gets bypassed, you know, overlooked. So I'm not trying to make a really long video, although this is probably turning out to be a longer video. It's not my intention every time, but I just get fascinated by finding things, showing things, explaining things that people from other parts of Pennsylvania or states or world may not even know about, or knows exist, or understands why they used to exist. I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy out there, but I'm constantly trying to learn and educate myself and have a strong appreciation for history and craftsmanship and just things from the past. So this may be longer than intended, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying what I'm able to share with you. And I'm sniffling like usual, but with that said, I'm having a good time. Hope you are too. And we're going to continue. We don't have much further to go. Thankfully, we're close to the destination now, and we'll be able to focus on what this whole video was about, coming to explore this concrete tunnel / culvert. And if it is flowing with a lot of water, I'm probably not going to be able to film it today. I am wearing hiking shoes, but they're not waterproof, and I'll either have to wait for a big dry spell or come back with my muckers. But we'll figure that out when the time comes, and we'll be there momentarily. So, ooh, don't go anywhere. So finally made some progress. Just came around that bend there. There's a crossing here, not an official one, it's a dirt road, but they do have the ties built up around it to cross. Normally this is split apart, these cars, to cross over, but it is connected, and the end of it's down there. So now that we came to the bridge, we need to go this way, and we're looking along the shoreline of the river. Now again, it's been over 20 years since I last found this, so with some determination, stubbornness, and enthusiasm, I'm gonna do my best to find it. My luck though, it's probably gated off or something like that, or the water is too high. Won't surprise me. My luck seems to not be on my side all the time. But let's get to the river and we'll pick up there. So here we are, right where the trolls live, under the bridge. It is another dumping spot, but something that is salvageable out of all this. Toilet seat. Could plop that on a bucket and be right at home. Wind's picking up, and we need to come over here to the edge of the river and search for the ending or edge portion of that tunnel thing. It's not looking good. This water is much higher, because I remember when I found it, I was walking really close to the edge of the water, and I was able to find it from walking down bottom. I may not be able to find it up here. But I'm not going to give up yet. Let's see what you could do. I'm hoping I'll see it sticking out somewhere. I'm going to walk through the bamboo forest here. I'm going to try to find a spot that's lower so I can get down closer to the river and see something that did not come all this way for nothing. Oh, maybe I did find it. We may be in luck. It's getting dark too. I hope it doesn't start raining. I'm gonna have a miserable walk home. I think it's right down here. So maybe luck is on my side. We found that culvert, the stone one, and now we may have. Yep, this is it. It's kind of creepy. There's a boot right there. Hopefully there's not a leg connected to it. Yes, it's still open and it looks relatively dry. Wow. That is a little creepy. It's like Pennywise's territory. So there was a lot of bugs in here too. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there. Praying to God there's no animals in there. I really don't want to encounter something or people. But this is what I came for. This is what I found over 20 years ago. And they built this for drainage from somewhere when they kind of redeveloped this area, mine reclamation, I believe. So I'm gonna mount you guys on my head mount. I'm gonna put on some gloves, bring my flashlights, and we're gonna see how far this goes. So, be back with you in a minute. Okay, so I got my pepper gel on my wrist just in case. Got flashlight. Let's go inside. It is considerably colder in here. I have to hunch over a little bit here. Oh my God, look how far that goes. There's a manhole. Oh, it's full of cave crickets and spiders. Hello? I have a backup flashlight. Don't want to be in here after heavy rain. Look at all the cave crickets. They're everywhere. The deeper we go, the more cave crickets there are. Get some material here. Hope there's no snakes or anything. A little wet. Sorry for the rocking too. I know it's not the most best footage, but it's all I could do. I've never been this far. This is uncomfortable too, walking over. I feel like I'm in a coal mine. Okay, I'm gonna shut the light off and show you what it looks like in here. Pitch black. I'm turning around now, looking out. It is solid concrete though, it should be safe. It's just made for dwarfs. It's getting smaller and smaller. The roof is getting smaller. You know, it's that water's a few inches deep. You know what? I'm here. I came this far. I'm gonna walk through that water, and I'm gonna see how far this goes. Wow. Let me snap a photo or two, and we'll keep moving. Something has been back here too. There's some footprints, animal footprints. It's not gonna be fun, but I need to do this. That's why I came back here. I'm not gonna come back again. I should have rolled the jeans up, I forgot. Ooh, okay, I It goes all the way to the surface. There's a ladder and another pipe. And I am standing in water. But this keeps going. And there's more cave crickets. Let's keep going. Oh, socky feet. Some rebar there, green. I'm gonna switch flashlights. This one's getting a little hot. Okay. We got a little dam build up here, some stones, rebar, and it created a backup of material. Even bolts in the water. This is so muddy and squishy. There's the water dripping down from the surface. Oh, down my back. There's another manhole. How far does this go? We're a couple hundred yards already. Gotta give my back a break. That's looking where we just came from. Trying to get a headache from being bent over. Let me really lighten this up. There. All right, let's keep going. Oh, so we may have a date. Wow, look at the spider. We have a date. This was installed, or at least this thing was created, this manhole cover, 1989. 31 years. This is spider heaven. All right. I'm gonna keep going. It's getting very tight and small, but I didn't come this way for nothing. Let's finish this off. I almost feel like I have to crawl on my hands and knees. I don't want to do that. All right, I'll pick up when we get closer. I'm gonna be duck walking here. All right, we're nearing something. Looks like a chute or something. And this is difficult. Maybe the end, I'm not sure. I'm out of breath and sweating. This is not easy navigating. That's kind of weird. There's a big piece of fabric tucked in here. Anyone back here? I have weapons, make yourself known. There's a daylight through there. my God. I need a break. Whew. There's daylight. Not sure if you can see it. I don't know where that comes out at. This pipe is way too small for me to navigate through. All right, so I'm a sweaty mess. The good thing is that there is an exit if I chose to keep going, but the pipe is smaller and smaller. And there's light at the end. I don't know where it comes out. I would probably have to come through on a skateboard or something, but I'm gonna stick you guys up there. You should be able to see the light. I do hear traffic. It's probably somewhere near a roadway, but we came quite a ways. Thankfully, the cave crickets didn't bother me, spiders didn't bother me. I'm just really uncomfortable from being hunched over. I'm a bigger guy. Being pressed over presses on my lungs. It's hard to breathe. So I'm gonna catch my breath, get some water, and then we're gonna go back. But now we know it does come to a point here. It keeps going to the surface. And worst case scenario, even if my lights went out, I could get out of here. You just gotta follow the tunnel. But that was quite an adventure. Once I make it back out to the surface where we started, I will wrap up the video there. So it's gonna take me about 10 minutes. For you guys, it'll be about 2-3 seconds. Found a hubcap on the way back. It's buried under the silt. Something rather bizarre to find down here, but we're almost at the end. Oh, made it. Whew. Well, it's safe to say that we conquered this massive, cool, wet, dark drainage culvert. I'm glad you're able to join me for this adventure because I don't want to do it alone. And thankfully I had you guys with me. On a much more serious note, I was not coming here carelessly. People do know where I was going today. They know the exact location I was at. If I didn't return home, they knew where to come look for me. On top of that, surprisingly enough, when I was all the way back there, I had cell phone signal. I had about 3 bars. So I was able to make a phone call if I had to. But I'm glad I got to experience it. I'm glad it's not sealed up. Glad I was able to get here because by tomorrow, this area is gonna be underwater from all the rain. We're really close to the river level here. It's gonna be much higher tomorrow. But out of the two, obviously my favorite is that stone one, which was just a lucky bonus find. But this was the main reason we came out today. But just goes to show, keep your eyes peeled. You may never know what you'll find. And Pennsylvania has lots of hidden areas, secrets, things to locate and to discover, sometimes in your very own backyard. Unfortunately though, clouds are getting darker, wind's picking up, I'm starting to feel some raindrops. So I'm actually gonna go underneath the bridge here and wait to get picked up instead of walking back in the rain. My feet and jeans are soaked, but it was worth it. I didn't wanna come all this way, turn around and have to come back again. I could deal with wet feet for a couple hours. But I want to thank you for tuning in today, for coming on this adventure with me, for being part of this journey. I had a fantastic time, got to get out, get fresh air, get exercise, and see some really cool stuff. And hopefully the close-up photos of those spiders and cave crickets didn't bother you too much, but they were pretty cool to see. As long as we don't see snakes, I'm good. But with that said, thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.